Welcome to New Makeup Mondays, and I will be your host, KaliFab. Anyways, this is going to be a new series I am starting. I have been really into filming lately, and I've really been enjoying sharing my journey with you guys. You guys know that I am doing like a panning journey, and I love buying new items and hauling things, and I'm on a weight loss journey. I've got a lot of things going on in my life, and filming has really been boosting my mood lately and really been making things a lot better for me. So we are going to start a new series called New Makeup Mondays. I realize as I'm going through my collection and going through my inventory, I am panning a lot of items. So much panning that I don't actually get to try out the new makeup that I buy. So I'm buying these things and I'm not actually trying them before I can return them. And the couple of things that I have bought and tried and returned, I'm so glad I was able to get my money back on those items. So I need to be doing that every single week. So what we are going to be doing is every single Monday, hopefully, these will all be pre-recorded because I cannot wake up Monday morning, film this, and edit and upload it. I work every single Monday, and I do work a 7 to 3:30 job at the hospital, so sometimes my day goes until 4 or 4:30. You never know. Also, I have a family. I have a husband and a son, so you guys are, you know that I'm a wife, a working mom, full-time working mom, and I just don't have the time for doing all of that on Mondays. So these will be pre-recorded. Like today is Friday the 23rd, which is actually my day off, which is a perfect day for New Makeup Monday. Is a Friday, right? We should be thinking about Monday. Who hates Mondays? Let's change that and let's start enjoying our Mondays again. So without further ado, I am going to be showing you some new makeup that I'm going to be testing out and trying for the day. And on top of that, if you guys follow me on Instagram, it is at KaliFab_beauty. I will be posting in my stories all week, or hopefully all week, on the new makeup that you guys are looking for me to try for the next week. So like today, I'll post a few different like foundation, maybe a powder, maybe a bronzer or blush or whatever I have that's new, primer, whatever, and we will see what you guys think for me to test out for the next one. So today, I think I want to test out the new Lancome foundation that I bought. I have been dying to try it, and I think it'll be perfect. So I am going to go through my collection super quickly, find a few things that are completely brand new, never touched, never used, maybe only swatched just to make sure that the color is right, and use them in my full face of makeup today. So let's go and do that, and let's get to the putting on makeup-ness. Yeah, we're doing it. Okay, first of all, can I say that I'm totally watching the CrossFit Games Block Party 1? I'm so excited. I'm so excited. But I can't watch them if I'm filming because it's too loud and it'll probably be copyrighted. So therefore, let's get filming so I can watch the CrossFit Games because I am way too excited, and I am already turning red, and I've barely done any skincare. I've only done my eye care stuff, which I'm still trying to finish up this from my Advent Calendar Project Pan. This is the Clinique Pep Start. I do actually really enjoy this, so I'm going to use it until it's gone. So the first thing we're going to start with is concealer. I always do concealer on my eyes first because I do like to do my eye makeup first. I used to be a fan of doing my face makeup first, and then we kind of got out of that habit because I started getting so much fallout from just different shadows that I would have to wipe it away and then all my foundation would be gone. So we're not playing that game anymore. So I'm going to start with the Clinique Even Better All Over Concealer and Eraser. This was a free gift from Ulta in September, I believe, as a diamond gift. If you bought like $25, you got this for free. So mine is in this shade CN20 Fair. And this looks very fair, but that's okay because we're going to put foundation on top. I don't know if I'm going to love this little foamy sponge thing. Wait, I'm very confused. Oh. Huh. So I guess you don't have to use it because it's like a wand. I'm not going to use it then. Sorry. Ooh, It's a really interesting shape. Do you guys see that? It's like an actual, like, it's like a stiletto foot. Whew. Okay, so if I'm looking this way, that's because that's where my mirror is. Sorry. I don't have a better setup. I was trying to figure something out, but this is the best setup we got. So, ooh, that looks very, very orange on me, but we're just gonna go with it. This is the Juno & Co. sponge. It is like the microfiber sponge. I've actually been really enjoying this, I'm not gonna lie. I bought this sponge in like a 4-pack, so this is actually the first one I have tried, and they're all the same, but they're just different colors. And I really do kind of like that microfiber-ness because I don't feel like it wastes as much makeup as like regular beauty blenders because it doesn't soak up as much, in my personal opinion. This is going on so nicely, you guys. I've never tried a Clinique concealer before, but this color is like actually kind of perfect. I thought it was going to be way too light. I mean, it definitely looks light because my skin's a little bit red, but I actually think this looks really, really good. I was actually not expecting that to look as good as it does, but we'll see if it creases. That's going to be the number one teller. I don't like my concealer to be super, super like heavy or super full coverage because I don't really have a lot going on in my eyes, but I have enough that I like a little bit of concealer. So the palette that I chose that is brand new to me is this one. So the Bare Necessities palette, and hint, hint, I did buy the Stone Cold Fox also. So I wanted to use this one so that I can start comparing the two. There are a couple cool tone shades in here, but I think I'm gonna go for a warmer look today just so I can really get a good idea of this palette. I'm thinking of going for like this row, kind of some of these like mauve-y shades here. I feel like a lot of the rows you can just kind of use them as a row, only this row down here is obviously much darker. I'm so glad that they started putting the names on the front of their palettes. That used to drive me crazy. So let's go into full exposure just to set my concealer down. By the way, none of my brushes are clean right now, so if you're seeing a dirty brush, excuse it. Sorry. That's just life. So for my like setting powder, I don't typically end up like tapping it off because I do want there to be a lot of product there, especially if I'm not like actually setting my eyes with anything. So this is what it's gonna be for setting my eyes. So I do like there to be quite a bit of product on my brush. And if I brush it away as I go, then that's perfectly fine. So do you guys see this scrape? I think it's like right here, right there on my eye. It's literally from my skin being so incredibly dry that it decided to just crack in my skin. No reason. I do kind of look like opposite raccoon-y, right? Like a reverse raccoon. Ah! I just can't today. The next shade I'm going to use here is Hot Gossip right there. And I'm just going to use that as a transition color with a bigger, fluffier brush. And like I said, I think I'm going to go for those mauve shades. I'm kind of loving that like reddish orangey shade underneath, but I think I'm just going to go with a mauve look for today. And we'll see how it goes. So on my transition shade, I'm very, very like messy when I put it on. I'm never like super precise on it because I don't want it to look super precise like I laid it down perfectly. I want it to really blend into like up to my eyebrow. I mean, not all the way there, but I do want it to blend nicely. So I am very, very messy when I am putting on my transition shade, which, I mean, you do you, but this is just how I personally like to do it, so we're there. Man, this color Silk Teddy is like, every time I look at this palette, this is all I see is this color right here. Look at that Silk Teddy color. Oh my gosh, it's gorgeous. Okay, I think I'm happy with that transition color. And then I'm gonna go into a little bit more of the mauvier transition. So the next one I'm gonna use is All For You, which is right next to it, right there. I'm gonna dip kind of heavy in this one as well, and I'm gonna do like a transition sweep, but keep it down a little bit lower and kind of on my lid a little bit. So I'm not gonna go all the way up with this one like I do with the other one, but I am gonna overlap quite a bit. And I'm gonna get this a lot more concentrated in my outer V because that's how I like it. Okay. Pretty happy with that. I can always change my look at the very end if I really want to, but I kind of like that. Woo! That was so much dust. Okay, on to the next. So now I'm gonna find, so I want to concentrate, I think Active Fool. I think I want to concentrate this in the outer V. It's just maybe like 3 or 4 hues darker and like a little bit more purpley and mauvey than the other color. So I'm gonna concentrate that with like a really, really dense brush. So let's dip into that one. Ooh, man, these are all so powdery, I forgot. All right. I really like to concentrate this on my lash line as well as my crease to kind of really give it a little bit more definition and color. Looking better already. I don't have quite raccoony eyes anymore. Okay, you guys, so we're gonna get some wind blowing action. You see this? It is so hot. I cannot physically do this video without the fan on. We don't have the heat on, but we also are refusing to turn back on the air because it's gonna get cold again. Therefore, you know what video this reminds me of? It reminds me of that one with James Franco and the guy from Knocked Up. God, what is his name? He's also from Pineapple Express. And they're doing that stupid Kim Kardashian Kanye West video on the motorcycle.
Around your ass keep complaining. How you gonna be mad on vacation? Hey, you remember where we first met? Okay.
Like, he's like shaking his hair and he has no hair. God, if I can find a clip of that, I will totally get it for you guys. That one's hilarious. Okay, next we're going to, I always like to do the outer corner first, but I kind of like how the outer corner is like very matte looking for me. So I think I'm gonna do this designer duds all over my lid. And if you guys know me, I like to do my lid shades straight up with my finger. So that's what we are doing. So no, I'm not flipping you off, but my middle finger is the one I always do it with. Therefore, here we are. Okay, so this is the eye look as of right now. I'm gonna obviously clean these corners up. I'm gonna do some underneath on the lash line. I'm not loving this lid shade. It's like not giving me enough oomph. So I think I might throw a different lid shade on top. And then when I'm all done, basically, I'm gonna put this Idle Hour in my inner corner. So we will come back to this Bare Necessities palette. So far though, those matte shadows blended like a dream, and they always do. So I am really happy about that. So this is that lid shade swatched on my hand. It's actually very beautiful, but it's very much a satin shade instead of like a lid like shimmer shade, which is what I was looking for. But that's perfectly fine. I mean, I don't think they are saying that it's not a shimmer shade or it is a shimmer shade, whatever, but on to the next. So far that concealer is only creasing just a tiny bit, and it's probably because I didn't fully set it. I won't fully set my under eyes until my face is like basically ready to go to be set, and then I will set everything at the same time. That's just how I do it. That's how I go. So next I want to do a primer, and this is a primer I've been hearing about a lot, and I was kind of excited to try it when my girlfriend was giving it away. So I was like, yes, please, I want that. So this is the VDL Lumilayer primer, and and I just have a little sample of this. So it's supposed to be a very like hydrating slash glowy primer. So this is what mine looks like, and literally, you guys, there's this much in here. What? I can see through this right now. It literally has this much product in here. That's a waste. 0.16 fluid ounces. Why did you make the container so big then? That's unnecessary. Anyways, off on my rant. My mother is calling, so I'm gonna try this on as I talk to her. We've been having like on and off like monsoons all day.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's the first time we got any rain.
Oh yeah, it's been happening all day here.
Wow. Alright.
Okay, so sorry about that. My mother called, but man, my skin is glowing, huh? Like that actually, I kind of like that. That made my skin look super nice. So on to the foundation that I picked for today. I think this is going to be quite light. I did pick this out in my winter shade because I did hear that this is a little bit more full coverage, and I do like a little bit more full coverage in the winter time. So that's why I picked this one up in a winter shade, so I can, you know, darken it up by bronzer and stuff. But I picked out the Lancome Ultra Wear foundation. This looks so pretty. You guys just saw me haul this. Or have you seen me haul it yet? I don't know, did that haul video go up yet? It's Monday. Okay, this is in the shade 215 Buff Neutral, or N, and I am so excited to try this. Let's do it. So I'm just gonna put like one pump. Oh, not even a pump. That's like a quarter of a pump. That's a lot. Okay, so I'm gonna do that. So I do get quite red on my chin, which is why I'm putting quite a bit. Oh man, it's oxidizing already. That's really interesting. Okay. So I only put about a quarter a pump on each cheek, but I'm already feeling like that was way too much. I kind of love it when, like, you don't even have to do a full pump and it really does cover your whole face. Oh yeah, this is like oxidizing a lot, you guys. I did not know that this foundation oxidized this much. I mean, it still looks light on camera, but in person, it looks like very similar. Maybe a little bit too cool toned, but I don't think I would have want to go with the warm tone because it looks too yellow on my skin. Also, just so you guys know, I always use a beauty blender for my face, my foundation, and my concealer. I do not like using a brush ever unless I'm doing powder foundation. That is the only acceptable way I will use a brush for foundation, simply because it is way too much coverage with with a brush. I just think it looks way too cakey on my skin, and it always leaves those little brush lines. I don't like that look. I like it to look like my skin, but just a little bit better version. So, okay, one thing I will say immediately, it's definitely already sinking into my smile lines. I mean, you guys can see it right there. Probably can't see it on this side as much, but it is already sinking into my smile lines, which I don't love. And I definitely feel like you can see the texture on my cheek here. I don't really have a lot of texture spots, but I'm definitely feeling like you can see it. Also,
Oh, here comes the storm.
alright guys, the girls are going crazy. We have a storm coming. My mom just called me because it always moves from her direction to mine, so we have a storm coming. Also, I'm gonna wear my black kitty cat ears. You guys know I have a black cat, and he's the best. They do keep my hair out of my like makeup area, which I do appreciate. So, but I don't typically wear stuff around my head. I have very, very heavy hair. So wearing stuff on my head and around like my crown, the crown of my head, is always too heavy for me. So yeah. So you guys can tell, like, look at the difference between the top and the bottom. Look how much this oxidized. And like, it's like not going up there. Okay. I'm really having like issues blending this foundation. Maybe it's because the fan's on me. Also, I know everybody says that I always look so aggressive when I use my beauty blender, but I really like to press it into my skin and really make it look like my skin. I don't like there to be any lines at all. I like it to be fully blended out. So If it looks like I'm being very aggressive, I'm kind of being very aggressive. Okay, already, it's already sinking into my line of my forehead. Oh, man. Oh. Okay, maybe it's just because I'm old now. I'm not really. But I feel like it. So I think I'm good with that amount of coverage. I don't think I'm going to do any more coverage, but I do feel like it's sinking into a line here. It's definitely sinking into my smile lines. I don't think it would be as much if I wasn't talking. Typically when I do my makeup in the morning, I don't talk when I do it, so it is what it is. But I do want to set my whole face now. I don't do any more extra concealer underneath my eyes. I am fine. If I get a little bit of the blueness from my eyes poking out, I don't really care. So anyways, I have a new powder to try out. It is the Dermablend Professional Loose Setting Powder. I got this on recommendation from Heather from Love Heatherette, so I am excited to try this out. And she said that it does give you a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of flashback, but I'm not taking any pictures today anyways. I mean, I might just for like Instagram or whatever, but I'm not that picky. I'm not a very picky human being. I do like what I like, but I'm not like the pickiest person. It's okay. Come here, baby. It's okay. So you guys, just so you know, my dogs are going to be freaking out and growling and barking. It is storming outside. You're also probably going to hear that. Bailey, it's okay. Bailey. I had to leave my door open, otherwise they're going to freak out more. Bailey, okay, okay. Okay, you guys, so it does come with a little velour puff thing, but I like to use a brush. So I'm going to just, oh, I don't know if I can do this with the fan on. Okay. So there we are. It is a very finely milled powder, which I do appreciate. So let's find a brush I can use. So I'm going to use the IT Cosmetics Heavenly Luxe Wand Ball Powder Brush. Oh my god, it's like nighttime and it's only, I don't even know, noon-ish? Alright, so I'm just going to put this all over my face and it's probably going to blow everywhere because the fan. Here we go. So same thing with my powder. I do like to press it in first and then I like to swirl it around. So my husband is calling now, so let me pick up the phone.
Well, I was gonna say, I know that I said we were gonna go for a walk when I got off work, but the weather's really shitty right now.
I don't think that's gonna happen tonight, babe. It's like literally like it looks like a freaking hurricane.
Right. And we don't have Carter tonight, so I'm gonna take you out to dinner.
Oh, perfect. I'm doing my makeup right now. Well, that was super exciting. My husband is taking me out to dinner tonight, so it's a good idea that I'm putting on makeup right now. Okay, guys, so I'm realizing as I'm looking at my collection, I really don't have a ton of contours and bronzers that I like just bought that I'm really interested in trying out. And now that I know that my husband's taking me out to dinner tonight, I really want my makeup to look good. So I'm actually gonna use my absolute favorite all-time holy grail contour ever. It is my favorite and I 100% recommend it to anyone. Literally, this will look good on every color except for like super, super dark skin tones, which you can just get the darker shades of this. I'm just saying, it's the best. It is the Makeup Forever Pro Bronze Fusion, my absolute favorite. If I finish this at some point, which I will, I'm sure, I will definitely repurchase. It is more like a baked product, and you can see I'm almost hitting pan in the center there. You can definitely see that center ring there, and she's a beauty, you guys. This is my literal absolute favorite contour, so this is what I'm going to use. If you guys don't have like a color switch, you definitely need one. I highly recommend anyone, really. They're all the same thing. It's just like this foamy thing. You don't have to buy the super expensive ones. This one's just from Swisspers. I think I got this from Walmart for like $3, maybe 4, maybe 5. I don't know, but it is like the perfect brush cleaner for in between washes. I mean, do you guys see that? Oh my god, I literally forget sometimes how much I love this contour when I'm trying to pan other things. We need to do a project pan of like all of our absolute favorite items that we can repurchase. Like things that aren't limited edition, that aren't, you know, here one day, gone the next, that isn't fast fashion or fast makeup. Things that you can just go and repurchase at any time. We need to do a project pan like that. So somebody, I don't know, don't we have a project pan going around somewhere? I don't know. If somebody's got a project pan like that, I would love to be involved because that would be perfect. Okay, already I do feel like this foundation is looking a little bit better, having had this contour blended in a little bit. And just whatever's left on the brush of my contour, I just kind of rub all over. It's not gonna really give my face too much extra color, but it will. And onto my bronzer. Like I said, I don't really have a lot of like brand new bronzers that I'm like dying to test out. I do have a couple in my collection that aren't new, but I have not actually used. But since I'm going out to dinner, I need to use a couple of other things. So I'm gonna use my butter bronzer that's in my, I believe this is in my Project 100 Uses, and it's on my panherstash on Instagram with Tatiana from Panning Up Life. If you guys have not seen her Instagram, you should totally check her out. She is amazing, and I love her photos that she posts. She posts like such realistic photos. It makes me happy. I'm just gonna bronze up my whole face since this foundation is quite light on me and it's actually really blowing out my face quite a bit. I did actually really enjoy that powder, that Dermablend powder, this one here, and I don't think it's making me too like transparent white looking. I do think it did blend quite nicely also. And now that I have my foundation set, it doesn't seem to be settling into any more lines. So maybe the next time I use this foundation, I should use no fan, because clearly we still have a fan on. And also I think I should set my foundation just like immediately, like right when I put it on, just set it, which is how I would normally do, but it's a lot harder when you're talking. Okay, so immediately I actually think my face looks so much more healthy and glowy and really nice actually. So I will definitely have a check-in with you guys after my dinner tonight, well before I take off my makeup for the night. But so since I do have a million blushes in my collection and tons of them are new, I am going to use something new for my blush today, and I'm going to use this new Lorac palette. This was the Christmas edition last year in 2019. I did not end up picking it up and I was so bummed, but then I saw it at TJMaxx, or no, Marshall's, for $14.99, and I think that's the lowest that they ever went. So I'm so happy to have this. This is the Shine Bright Color Source and Light Source Cheek Palette. It does have blushes and highlights in here. I'm not sure that I want to use this highlight. I just want to make sure. I'm going to swatch it. Ooh, wow, that is powdery. Woo! Hey! So let's swatch that. That actually might be really nice. You know what? I think I am going to use this. This reminds me a lot of the Laura Mercier Highlight 01. It's like glowy without being glittery at all. And this is the other highlight. I just wanted to swatch it for you because if you're a little bit more darker toned, that is the pink highlight. And I want to swatch it like kind of close. Okay, so that one is definitely more glowy, while this one is more like a light blush of powder, while this one is definitely more pink and glowy. But you can definitely blend this out. Wow. Look how that blends out. It blends out so nicely, like a natural glow. Actually, I think I might use this for my blush and highlight now that I'm seeing it swatched. That was gorgeous. It is very powdery though. Like, look at that powder on there. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we have 4 different shades in here. We have Aura, Tea Rose, Technicolor, and Blossom, and I'm thinking I want to mix these two together. I don't want to go too pink, and I feel like these are very pink. These are very much more neutral tones. I do have Technicolor on its own in its own little blush compact. I feel like I have Aura too. So I kind of want to use the two that I know I don't have. I don't have Tea Rose and I don't have Blossom. So I think I'm going to start with Tea Rose. It's here. It's like the darker of the 2 shades. So I'm going to go right into Tea Rose. And I don't know how much product this is going to pick up. Okay. All right, here we go. So I am very strange how I put on my blush. I do the tapping and then I do the swirling. Do you guys do that too? So I do know that when you're younger, you should definitely put a lot more blush on like your cheek tips or the balls of your cheek, basically. I am not that young anymore. I am 29. You guys know I'm like fully transparent on my channel, but I am 29. So I do like to look my age, but I do also like to have that youthful look about me, which is why I do start with the balls of my cheek and then travel upward. And it does kind of pull your face back, which I really do enjoy. This is a really pretty color, you guys. I actually think it's looking really nice with the eyeshadow too. I'm so glad I didn't decide to go like a crazy color eyeshadow tonight. Oh man, I probably would have had to restart. That looks so pretty, you guys, don't you think? So I think I want to go into that Blossom just to lighten up the fronts just a tiny, tiny bit. So, ooh, this one's a lot more powdery. Look at that, I picked up so much more product. So, and I'm just gonna do this right on the balls of my cheeks. What do you call that? Like your cheekbones? I like calling it the balls because there's like a ball under there, right? So I'm just making this part just a little bit lighter than going up my temples. I think that looks really good, you guys. What do you think? By the way, I'm totally using like my camera lens or my like, I don't even know, where I can see myself as my mirror right now. So it does look a little bit washed out on mine, but I think it actually looks super, super good. I'm really kind of liking this combination with the eyes too. I'm really enjoying that. So that was the blushes. If you guys have been watching my channel for any amount of time, you know that I use this huge fan brush for my, I was gonna say foundation, then I was gonna say concealer, for my highlighter. This is the one that I absolutely love. It's from Crown Brushes. It is the SS023 Jumbo Kabuki fan. It is huge and I absolutely love it. It is my favorite brush for my, I keep wanting to say foundation. It's clearly not my foundation. It's my highlighter. But I'm going to just rub this in here. So this side, you guys can tell, is quite dirty with my highlighter. So I'm gonna rub it in like on the other side. I do need to wash my brushes like anytime soon would be great. That picked up a ton of product. Ooh, okay, because like I said, this is very powdery. So I go like this and I kind of tap it in, and then I'll tap it in on this side too, especially with a new highlighter. I don't want it to be too like bam in your face. So I like to tap it in on both sides. I do go up to my eyebrow line and kind of frame my face, and then I'll kind of like brush it away. So I know that everybody does highlighter totally different, at least like the millions of people that I watch. I swear to God, nobody does highlighter the same way, which I kind of love that everybody has their own way of doing it. I always put it just on a little bit on my nose, like whatever's left over from my eyes, and then I always put it on my upper lip. So it looks kind of crazy right now, but it will look better. Okay, so you guys can see that there's like a very clear streak. So I like kind of brush off my highlighter brush, and then I'll kind of go in there with a little bit more aggressiveness and blend it out quite a bit more. That's a little bit more glowy than I was expecting, to be totally honest. I'm not gonna lie, I thought that was gonna blend out much more like less glowy, but that's okay. We're gonna do a finishing powder too. So for the finishing powder, I don't have any new, like totally brand new finishing powders. I really stick to one brand to finish my whole face, and that is from my Hourglass. This is so dirty, I know, I'm so sorry. But I think I'm gonna finish it with just a mix of these two finishing powders. I believe that this is Diffuse Light and then this is Dim Light. Sorry, I'm like totally not flipping you off again. And then brush it out. So I think that looks really, really good, you guys. I'm really enjoying this look. And actually I'm quite enjoying this foundation now that it has like set into my skin. It is clinging on to, like I said, my lines and a few of my dry patches, but I think that's because I am using not as much under my foundation stuff as I normally would. Typically I will wear an oil, I'll wear a moisturizer, I'll wear some sort of other cream, I'll wear a couple different primers. I wear tons and tons of stuff under my foundation so that it doesn't do that. And I think if I had added the oil today, I don't think it would be clinging on to some of my dry skin right here. Also, it's the winter. My skin is very dry. So there's that also. Okay guys, so I'm gonna go off camera and do my brows really quick. It's nothing special, truly. Like, I know you guys probably want to see everything, but it is literally nothing special. I'm gonna put this highbrow just underneath my brows before I get started. I'm going to do this Essence Super Last Eyebrow Pomade just in my brows just to darken them a little bit. And then I'll do a brow setter. So I have the Anastasia one here and I have the Essence one here. I love the Essence one. Always will repurchase this over anything else, truly. It's so affordable, lasts forever. And these two kind of balance each other out because this one's too dark and this one's too light. So I use them both and they balance each other. So I'm gonna do that off camera super quick and then I will come back. Okay guys, so brows are done. Like I said, I just do simple brows. It takes me, I mean, that took me, what, not even a minute to do, because I am not that serious about my brows. So I do want to finish my eyes though, so therefore I'm going to go back to this Bare Necessities palette. I'm going to mix this Active Fool and Taboo. So these two, this color I use on the outer V and this darker brown. I think that'll be really nice. I don't want to go black because I don't want to go too dark. I do like this brush. It has like a slight, let me see if I can show you. It has a slight curl to it. See that little curl? I kind of like that for this brush. So we're just gonna pat it on and then we'll blend it out. Okay, and I will typically also put it on my upper lash line as well. You guys open your mouth when you put on stuff like that? I know everybody does it and then it looks weird on camera, but like, that's real life, you guys. So if I'm opening my mouth, that's because it's real life. I was thinking about putting my black liner on, but I'm actually kind of liking this like fresher look a lot more than I thought I was going to. So I think I'm gonna stick with this more like fresh face look instead of doing like the harsh black liner. I think I'm gonna skip that, but I am gonna blend it out with one of my favorite brushes. This brush here, I have to tell you guys about it. I don't even know. This is from like Midas Pro. Okay, and then I'm gonna take this Idle Hour and put it in my inner corner. Okay guys, for the lips I have two different things here. I have my ColourPop Luxe Lip Oil that I wanna put on top, but I do wanna try out one of these Pat McGrath. This is the Mini Matte Trance Lipstick Trio, and there's like a slightly red shade. Is it like mauve-y? I don't know. We're gonna try it though. Do I cut this open? Okay, so I have this trio here that oh, it's like stuck together. That's interesting. They're all mauve toned. Oh my god, that makes me so happy. So I'm trying to decide between the pink and the yellow. I think both of these would work. Trying to figure out which one. Which one, darker or lighter? Can you guys even see that? I think I'm gonna go lighter. As much as you know I love my darker colors. So the darker one is Flesh 3. The orange one is Beautiful Stranger. That's a beautiful name for a lipstick. And this one is Christy. So I think I'm gonna go with Christy. And it does look a little messed up at the top simply because it was obviously too big for the lid. So I'm okay with that. Let's see. I wanna swatch it just to see. Oh my god, that is gorgeous. I am kind of feeling like this is a little bit too orange. That is gorgeous, but I think I'm gonna go with the darker one. This one's a little bit too orange for what I'm looking for. Ooh, that one's a lot darker. Holy crap. All right, let's try this. I really like this one, you guys. It feels very, this is weird. It feels very dry on the lips without being dry. if that makes sense at all in any capacity to anyone besides me. So yeah, I'm gonna put on some mascara real quick before I do the lip gloss, or what is this, lip oil on top, and then we'll be done. Okay guys, so mascara is on, and I'm gonna do this lip oil just to kind of give my lips a little bit of extra dimension. So I think I'm actually gonna put it on my finger. That is very, very dark, and I actually really do like this lip oil. I think it feels really, really nice on the lips. So tonight I will be setting my makeup with some of my Holy Grail Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray, and this will actually lock my makeup in place for the night, and then I will go over it with the Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Setting Mist from ColourPop to make my skin fresh looking. So here we go. So I really like the Urban Decay one simply to actually set my makeup down, but I really like this ColourPop one. Not only is it super, super cheap, but it really does make my skin look like skin. It doesn't give me that like cakey makeup looking look that I just hate. So I really like this one, that's why. And also the sprayer on this one is so fine. It's amazing. So I will probably be keeping this bottle 100% no matter what, just to simply put my other sprays in here because I like this one so much. Also, this one smells delicious. Also, these Pat McGraths are very staining, huh? That kind of sucks. Well, I don't love the stain that Pat McGrath gave me. That's kind of disappointing. So I'm just gonna put this ColourPop lip oil on. It's in this shade Gen Zen, and hopefully refresh my lips a little bit. They're feeling very dry at this point. Okay guys, so that was everything for my New Makeup Mondays. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will come on super, super quick at the end and say goodbye and tell you how the makeup held out for the day. I plan on wearing it for as long as I can and seeing how it held for the day and show you any imperfections that I didn't like about anything. So far I do think my makeup looks really, really good, really fresh and clean, not too much, which I really, really like. And yeah, so I will see you guys later. Okay you guys, so it has been quite a number of hours. I am very tired at this point. I think we're gonna watch a movie and go to bed. But I wanted to update you guys on my makeup. So this foundation is amazing. My skin looks like skin. It hasn't broken down anywhere, like not even in the corner of my nose, nothing, like not even around my lips, like not even around my mouth here, anything. It is amazing, you guys. I kind of love it. I do think I got too much of a cool tone shade for me. I got a neutral shade, but I don't know. I mean, it definitely works. I don't know. I really, really like this foundation. As far as the concealer goes, I actually think this concealer worked really, really well for me. It didn't crease actually as much as a lot of my other concealers will at this point. I still have to go like this and kind of like pat it out a little bit, but nothing more than what I would normally have to do, actually quite a bit less. I really, really enjoyed that. As far as the eyes go, I have no fallout around my eyes. It's still really, really well on there, and I actually had an itch on one of my eyes. I don't remember which side, but nothing is gone from that. So the palette is a definite go for me. Really enjoyed that palette, actually. I can't wait to play with it a little bit more. My blush is still on my face, you guys. That literally never happens. My blush always fades away like hours later. So that was this palette that we use, and also my highlighter looks like flawless still. Like I even had a little spot over here where I got mascara and I like wiped it away and the highlighter just like blended right back over itself. So I'm so glad to have this. I do know that it was a limited edition item, but I'm so happy to have it because I think it worked amazing and I can't wait to keep using this. You can still get it at Marshall's. I did find it again today, so if you guys are interested, you can still pick it up today, and I would totally pick it up. That was great. What else did I use? I don't think I loved the lipstick very much. It was very, very staining on the lips. However, I do think it looked very nice. I don't know that I'm gonna keep these though. I didn't love it, so I am gonna keep this set together just in case. I'm not fully satisfied with that one though. I'll have to try it a couple more times. I did really enjoy the ColourPop Luxe Lip Oil. However, it did wear away very, very quickly on my lips. It didn't stay on, so I can see myself finishing this very quickly because of that fact. And I would rather use a lip gloss that stays on for much longer than wearing this, if that makes sense. So I did really like this though. It will definitely be a work like lip gloss for me, so that'll work. This powder, this Dermablend loose setting powder, it did amazing at setting my foundation. This combo of these two worked out very, very well for me, so I'm really glad I paired those two together. Really enjoyed this powder. However, I'm gonna definitely have to try it with different foundations just to make sure that it doesn't like cake up or anything, but it was so finely milled that it just, there was no way for it to cake because it was so finely milled. So I really enjoyed that as well. And as far as this VDL primer goes, I actually think this looks really, really nice. My skin is not too glowy, but it's not matte at all. So I really do enjoy this, and it really didn't, like, my dry spots are not visible at all to the naked eye. Like, I can feel them because I know where my dry spots are. But as far as the like final thoughts for this, I'm definitely going to try this with other foundations and see if this works just as well. I also didn't use very much of it, so that might be helping as well. So yeah, all in all, I think I did really, really good. I'm really enjoying my makeup look. However, I am going to be taking it off because it's nighttime and he's ready for a movie. So I just wanted to come on here really quick, you guys, and show you my final makeup for the day, and I really, really enjoyed this look. I'm definitely going to be doing this look again, especially the eyes. I really enjoy this like soft, like sultry kind of look, and go from there. So I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. I hope you guys all have the most amazing week you could possibly have, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.